So I have a present.
I don't feel like the grandpa.
Guys, we got a present on the table.
I'm not even wearing my eyeliner. What is it?
It is a green pouch.
It's full of weed. No, it's actually
It's the wine skin.
With the awesome dice. Guys, look at that shit.
If it's already recording, let the jury know that Warren.
The jury.
Let the jury know that Warren is the best.
Wait a minute.
Jury.
Yeah.
Let's roll a d20 and find
What has
out.
become of this group?
Because there are 12
All right.
happy
It
audience
was only
members.
like the first 20 minutes of this.
Yeah.
Welcome, questlings, to the land of Mortera, and the story of a group of adventurers who journey through this world of unstable magic, undiscovered secrets, and unending adventure. Follow us on our grand quests for peace, love, battle, riches, and prestige.
So, last week, Sans, Althea, and Timus. Timus has been on a quest for the Vanitors, and Althea rudely told everybody to fuck off, and she decided to study magic in her room.
Yeah.
You all...
Probably after Max got in her case again about running into combat.
Yes. Sat her down and gave her a stern talking to. Listen.
She told him to fuck off and went to her.
Lawful dad.
Learning how to treat little boys pet frogs.
The party accepted the quest where, with the diplomacy corps, they were asked to go and figure out what the fuck is going on in seemingly, air quotes, abandoned warehouse.
Wow.
And so, Funkin,
They were
Waka,
selling spiced plantains.
yeah, seemingly spiced plantains, spicy plantains.
That was fun.
No, they were fake plantains.
There were no.
Okay.
There actually were no plantains.
They were liars.
So,
Max didn't know that.
So Funkin, Waka, Max, and Vestrin all went to Investigate.
Fuck off. Fuck you.
Yabba dabba doo.
Yabba dabba don't come back here.
Lose inspiration for that.
As DM,
well-
we don't need inspiration. Jokes
Speaking of which, everybody make sure you start with inspiration. Take your inspiration.
Oh, thank you. It's inspiration. Let's do it.
So,
Sinspiration. There we go.
yes.
Sin in the game.
Yeah.
So they initially the party came upon some rather large-looking men walking back and forth from the warehouse, dropping off boxes. And when Max approached them, they very badly tried to lie about what was in the boxes. In the meantime, Funkin and Vestrin snuck into the warehouse.
Yes, we did.
And unbeknownst to them, they were being followed upon the top of the boxes by a thief that was watching.
I like to imagine that it was actually Gambit from the
X-Men?
Yes. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I'm sorry.
So while Max and Waka distracted them on the outside, Vestrin and Funkin tried to figure out what was going on the inside, and then all hell broke loose when Max tried to see one too many times what was inside the boxes. Fight broke out, and outside, Waka and Max pretty much took care of everybody pretty easily, aside from the fact that it was mostly Max. Waka missed a lot of the time.
Dodge action, man.
And then inside, Vestrin went from full HP to literally 0 HP. With
Again!
A single hit.
Everyone.
The assassin not only hit her with a sneak attack, but also with a poison arrow sneak attack, which did all of your HP. And then it was up to Funkin to save the day, bring you back up. And you all had just like a cat and mouse game going on, climbing and going in between boxes. Until you eventually, very heroically, killed the assassin, finished off the leader. Max, for the first time, accidentally crit somebody into becoming a, with his sword, turned him into a statue, a blue crystalline statue. So it petrified somebody with his sword of petrification. And then we're kind of picking it up from there. I know that Funkin, Waka dragged out the statue.
Yes.
We did have
Oh.
3
And-
unconscious bad guys.
Yes, and
I don't-
3 unconscious
Tied up
ones.
and-
You went through the boxes and saw that there was ink, the drug.
There was a
inside.
very, very, very large man, and Vestrin and the whole crew knocked him to the floor Goliath style.
Yes, the bandit captain.
Yes.
The thug captain, I guess.
That is all done.
And I want to start back off with the camera kind of like panning through an old dusty window into a room with a single candle that's been burning for seemingly hours. And we see like a small figure kind of silhouetted in a shadow, digging through, rummaging through a bunch of stuff. And they sit down at this big, like, swirly chair that's like big and soft, leather swirly chair. And the camera kind of like pans over the top of it, and we see a nice bright green tuft of hair.
Oh.
And it's Funkin kind of like digging through the back office of the warehouse. And I know we kind of left off last time with you finding a signet ring and a note, which I'll read again, but I'd like for you to give me an investigation check to see if you find anything else in this room.
An investigation check.
Okay, alright, so he was too many.
You started it,
Yeah,
bitch.
Oh, that's-
Nice.
9.
Okay, so you definitely find the note, which again says, another shipment is in today. Split the shipment, pack it, send it out to Tavani and Cinderville. Remember my 15% this time, you absolute buffoons. And next to it, excuse me, it's this Oktoberfest.
It's burpy.
Next to this note that you found is a signet ring. Now, a signet ring is used by nobles. It's usually just a silver ring that has like an image of their house crest on it, and it's used to like stamp wax officially to send out notes, and also just to prove your nobility if you're trying to go somewhere into a party or something like that. So you find a signet ring, and the signet ring has a baby dragon, or like a dragon hatching from an egg, kind of wrapping around the egg. You didn't spend a lot of time. You haven't spent a lot of time in Saltport, so you're not too familiar with like the noble houses of Saltport or anything of that nature. So this is kind of difficult for you to put 2 and 2 together here. But you have that note and you have that ring, and the 4 of you, sans out there, kind of like meet back outside at the front of this warehouse, and we kind of pick up the conversation from there. With Waka dragging this giant blue, previously alive, crystallized statue of a human in despair.
He's still alive, just petrified.
What are you doing?
Look, we can probably we can get him to authorities and also maybe sell him at some point.
No, my dear.
He's a person.
Ordinarily, as you
Sell
know.
him?
No.
That's slavery.
It's no, we're selling a
Well, he wouldn't
statue.
be doing anything, would he? He wouldn't be doing any services.
Yeah, and then maybe eventually
You're
someone
selling a person as property. That's just not.
someone will find out. Someone will depetrify him.
Can he be depetrified? Do we know that?
It's magic. He can
Yeah,
probably.
so if you'd like to figure it out, give me either an Arcana or a Medicine check, whichever one you're proficient in. If you're proficient in neither, then you can pick
You can
whichever
help
one.
someone.
Pick whichever one you'd like.
I'll take a
Maximum
look.
gonna-
I'll take a look.
Sure, yeah. What do we have for me? And let me know if it was Arcana or Medicine.
I think maybe the cleric should speak to whether or not that's.
Yeah, so I'm thinking like he's kind of digging through everything as you're having this conversation.
Oh, okay.
So he like coming out in a sec. But what'd you do?
I didn't roll.
Oh.
Because that's not
With
a
the
good
plus
plan.
2 to my Arcana, that's a total of 7.
Okay, and Waka, this is it. This is what you got.
I rolled a 4, but I'm still exhausted. So
Oh jeez.
wait, let me just in case. Oh, a 17. That would have been so total Arcana would have been 10 total.
Okay,
Because I'm
yeah.
super smart.
I would say maybe Waka, like you know that there might be some sort of magic that could undo this, but nobody is aware of what kind of magic or who could do it or anything like that.
He sure is blue.
Yeah, and crystal.
beautiful.
Look, there's probably a way to do it because there's a way that it was done. Yeah.
Look, I'm inclined to believe that it's probably a better idea that we get this guy all figured out.
Yeah,
and,
at the very least, we can turn them into authorities, and then it's their problem.
How about what if we
Did it stick him in the lobby as a warning?
Yeah,
What if we
that's actually really good.
So it's around this time that Funkin comes walking out holding a piece of paper and like a shiny object in his hand.
Hello, everyone.
my
Hey,
dear,
hey,
here you are.
you're good at fixing people. Can you fix this?
I found a ring and a note.
That's fantastic, Funkin. Can you fix this?
And there's a person who is like has their hands up and their mouth is wide open and it looks like they're mid scream and they're just perfectly crystal blue, the same exact crystal blue as Max's sword.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna let you.
Has anyone tried a blowtorch?
What?
My dear, what the fuck is a blowtorch?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a medicine check to see if you understand how to undo petrification.
Yeah,
Don't
Investor,
roll
give me a
one.
history check to see if you can figure out what a blowtorch is.
Shit, I'll do it.
It's kind of like a future check, but there's no
Medicine
future
6 plus 4 is 10.
Yeah, same as Waka. Like you know that there are magics that exist. At this point in time, they're a little out of your toolbox.
That's an 8 on that history check, by the way.
You have no clue.
What the bloody hell is a
You think
blowtorch?
that's like someone's got a torch and then they blow it out. So you're like, what's the point of it?
Why would you blow out this man? What would you do to this man?
Who else?
Shite.
There'll be no blowing out of any kind.
Only in retrospect. Sorry. Lost.
How else would you melt the ice to get him out?
It's crystal.
By telling a polar bear joke?
You don't want to melt him?
Well,
My dear, I
this
don't
is
think
more
you
like
can melt
it's more like a curse type thingy, I think.
I'm sure there's a book out there about that somewhere.
My dear, you're holding a...
Point is, I brought him, and he's there. He would have been in the warehouse all forever if I didn't bring him. So
Well, that's fair.
All right. Well,
Applause to
okay,
Waka
okay,
Waka.
okay.
Do you know my grandmum has no one to talk to?
My dear.
Perhaps we can put him there so that way I don't have to visit.
I mean, I already turned him to crystal. I don't want to torture him too.
Fuck's bloody sake.
no. Do you think he's like conscious?
I don't
This
know.
is really messed up.
If you can overhear us, Sir, I'm really sorry that you have to deal with any of this bullshit.
No, I'm just
Okay.
like.
Why don't we take the stuff out of the wagon and we can load the unconscious guys and the statue into the wagon
Yeah.
and take them to the authorities.
Yeah.
How does that sound, everybody? Are we all on board with the
Yes,
plan?
of
Give this problem to somebody else?
Sure.
I like that plan.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Max?
He's pretty heavy though. Can you guys help
I
me?
got it.
Alright, we're all gonna have to...
Everybody together.
Fucking everybody lift it.
I'm trying to see if.
What the weight on a crystal statue is?
Well, this person is definitely conscious.
Is it like, what is it, lapis
it's
lazuli? Like, what fucking kind of crystal is this?
No, well, there is. There's
Blue.
Blue crystalline glassiness.
It's apatite.
or similar.
It's apatite.
Okay, so you all four of you like hoist up this person, and like. And I think the camera, as you lift it up, the camera like zooms in through the crystal and like into the person's mind, and I think the person's just like, "Don't send me to Grandma's house! Don't send me to Grandma's house!"
And it cuts to Funkin's grandma, and she's just like knitting and like, I'm so lonely.
Sounds exactly like Funkin. I'm so lonely.
Just make some tea.
Oh.
Oh man. So
grandson came to visit me.
Oh dear. Why
So
would you do
that's
that?
like the last thing we see of you guys. The camera like zooms in through the crystal into the guy's mind and it goes black. And then I think the first thing we see again is like a semicircle of candles and like silent murmuring to one's self. And after a couple seconds of this murmuring, we recognize Althea, and the camera like zooms out and starts to get a clear image of you in your room at the tavern.
Badass.
And you're going over your spells. You got these candles out, and you're murmuring, and like, is there anything in particular that you do when you're working on spells?
So basically, how Althea studies is she has like 4 books kind of hovering in front of her.
Nice.
And she's writing with both hands on paper, and like just kind of studying things. And she has her familiar, who is also perched on her shoulder and can also read.
What is it?
Oh, it's an owl.
Beautiful, beautiful. What does this owl look like? Paint it for us.
Well, let me look at my camera. It's kind of medium size. It's like a white owl.
Nice. Like a Hedwig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like pure white. It's got like red eyes.
Oh, nice.
Like an albino owl.
Yeah.
Yep. And a pile of books, just kind of like stacked on her desk and near her sides.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so you're just like poking away at these books, reading, writing. Every once in a while, you'll like cast the beginning of a spell, and it'll like light up the room, or a spark of energy will like knock something over across the room.
I think I burnt a chair in the corner.
Yeah, totally. There's like just scorch marks all over this chair. That's like it's got its fuzz, like the leather, like out of the leather, the fuzz is sticking out. And You've been working for some time. You told the party to like fuck off like this morning, and you've just been working all day, like figuring out your familiar is now with you, and you've got all this stuff figured out, and you've been working real hard getting your shit together. And it's kind of like around this time. It's been a full day of hard work, and around the end of the night. Of course, your room is full of different like incense smells and things of that nature. But then, over all these other smells, right? You've been sitting in the dark. Your senses are much more acute than they've ever been, and you pick up this scent of pipe tobacco, really strong pipe tobacco, and it's not until like you kind of pull yourself out of your studies and you stop writing that you look over in the corner of the room, and there's like this smoke that's kind of falling off of the chair, and once it finishes falling off the chair, there's like a man sitting in the chair, and he's got like a cowboy hat that's pulled over his eyes, and you see he's got like just like facial hair that's not that long, and he's got this beautiful long pipe that he's smoking with a poncho on. And he kind of like tips his hat at you and looks up at you, and he takes a big drag and he blows the smoke up in the air, and it makes like a spiral vortex. And he says, "Out of there, Althea."
Sir, who are you, and how do you know my name?
I've been watching you.
And why are you in my room?
Because you're doing something beautiful here. Been working all day on your magic spells, summoning that beauty.
Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. You are creeping me out.
I'm not here to cause you any harm.
How did you get in my room?
I walked in.
The door is locked.
And he just kind of stares at you, and there's like this silent moment. And he smiles to himself a little bit, and he says, "I thought you of all people would understand that a locked door just means a different way around."
Oof. What the fuck?
People like me?
Magic types. Those who see the world in a different way. You can tug on the weave of magic.
Quite, but I am very trustworthy.
And so am I, Althea. In fact, I've met one of your friends before. The little one with the green hair.
Funkin?
Yeah.
What did you do with him?
Nothing. In fact, he did something to me.
Mm-hmm.
He opened up my mind. You see, he was on the docks, writing poetry. And there was one in particular that really stuck out. Something that really spoke to me. Ever since then, I've been poking around, seeing who else he hangs out with.
And that's when he takes another big drag of his pipe, and he blows the smoke, and the smoke forms into your party. Like, you very obviously, you see Vestrin and T, and like everybody lines up, and then the smoke like dissipates a little bit. except for you. Like that, everybody dissipates, and then you're standing there. And he says, "And after watching for a while, you in particular stood out to me.
What do you want? How can I get rid of you?
You're just trying to get rid of me? You don't even want to know my name?
And he takes a drag and he blows the smoke, and it spells the word rude. And he does the little, like, raise both eyebrows at you.
As I've been told many times, yes. Fine. What is your name?
Call me Brace.
Okay. Brace.
Fuck everybody else.
What do you want?
Well, you see, like I said, I've been watching.
And at this point, he's, like, near the end of his tobacco, so, like, during the rest of this conversation, he's, like, knocking it out and repacking it and then packing it all in. And you see that the tobacco, you're used to tobacco, you've seen it, right? It's either, like, pipe weed that's green, or it's, like, a really dark brown that's, like, a tobacco. His is, like, this weird shimmering purple that he's, like, packing into it. So he's, like, doing this as he's talking to you. So, yeah, he's like, well,
I know, in particular, there's a location you all ended up at. Deep down in the mines of Saltport. There's a journal. A chest. See, I know that the information in that journal was extremely useful, and I was hoping to get my hands on it. You wouldn't happen to know where it is, would you, sweetheart?
Do not sweetheart me, and you know
My
I do
apologies.
not. And now that I know what you want and I don't have it, will you leave?
I suppose I can.
Also, give me the name of the enchanting material you are smoking.
It's from a special place. A place I'm quite unfamiliar with. Unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to discuss those matters with you at this time. You see, trust goes both ways out there. Maybe I'd be inclined to answer your question if a certain journal ended up in my backpack.
and he pulls this like satchel off, and he drops it on the ground, and it falls over. You see it's empty, and he says,
I can leave this here with you. You see, I'm looking for something. I don't know exactly what it is, but it ain't of this world. It's from outside the material plane. And that journal is the first dot on a long map for me. And I'm used to getting my way. I'm used to knowing what's going on. So this is something else. Something that I need. Maybe I'd be able to assist you and your friends one day if that journal ended up in my hands.
We see this like smirk, and kind of maybe like around the same time is when the party is like making their way back in the dead of night, carrying this giant statue, and you bust into Catfish Johnny's, and there's like one drunk in the corner, and old Johnny's like
There's
cleaning the
about
bar.
to be two drunks in the corner, bitch. Alright, well,
Welcome, everybody. Oh, what have you got there?
something I don't know how to explain. Max? Do you want, right. Max has a sword that turns things that he hits properly to crystal.
Oh, that's dangerous.
And I would like for you to turn me to liquid bread right now. I cannot cope with today, please.
Look, unfortunately, Vestrin, I'm trying to close up shop. It's late at night.
What did we do with the three guys?
Oh yeah, what did you do with the?
We
the
loaded
unconscious?
all the three guys and the statue.
Yeah,
Nice.
The cart with all the
loaded-
drugs on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the cart with all the drugs on it, and the unconscious
I was
guy.
going to take it to the authorities,
Yeah.
but I guess they're not open right now.
It's pretty late at night.
So
it's the-
we'll put them in the stable, cover them up with a tarp, and I'm going to spend the night with them. And if they start
Okay.
stirring, I have to knock them back.
Keep knocking. Yeah, I think it's pretty easy for you to keep them subdued.
The statue, on the other hand,
Yeah.
I leave with Max, but like when I like try to get a hand off of it.
Okay, yeah, give me then like a sleight of hand.
Oh god, the guy's missile.
You sleight of hand to chunk away at. Well, you have like crafting
Slice
tools,
of hand
right?
roll. Huh?
You have crafting tools, right?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, you probably have some kind of like little chiseling mechanism or something like that
I have
for carving.
I have thieves, leatherworkers, tinkers, and smiths tools. So
Okay, yeah. So like, so roll and add your intelligence and your proficiency modifiers.
Ooh, that's intelligence is okay 6, so 23 for that one. I have disadvantage because I'm still exhausted.
Oh no!
Oh, 23 again.
Oh, exactly.
Damn!
So yeah, there's like a
23
sad,
and
there's like a sad moment. I don't know if you guys watch or not, but you guys just see
He's
Waka.
trying to sneak it, so he needs to
Oh yeah.
roll
If you
stealth.
see, yeah,
on
I would also need
You're trying to do it
Because if I
sneakily?
see him, I'm gonna stop.
Oh, okay, all right, okay. Stealth versus the perception.
Shall I?
Alright.
I will help him out. Can I do that?
Oh, that
Am I allowed?
is 9 plus
help them
stealth,
sneak, not
11.
Well, yeah, you can.
Well, yeah, explain how you help then.
I give him a quick lesson on how to be a cat. I don't know how
You
else.
can always
to
just
fucking-
like block eyesight.
Yeah, or you could
Oh, yeah.
like start a conversation with Max to distract
Okay,
it. If
you
you like
just
see,
cause a distraction.
yeah.
My dear, look over here.
All right,
I found how to do
Wait,
this
so that's
thing
11
with my
total
tail.
because I rolled,
can
so
actually-
and it cancels out my disadvantage.
Yeah.
I can ride my bike with no handlebars.
What was your perception,
Fuck.
Max?
I'm doing insight against her deception first.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Okay.
you sure fucking are.
What is your deception?
4.
Yeah, I got a 9.
Okay.
Fuck
yeah.
shit,
So,
The
dick.
distraction didn't work, so you don't get advantage.
Okay,
this
so
is
I just get it.
horrible.
Okay, so it's 11 and that one's better. So 11.
Where's this
And my perception is 5.
So,
So
like-
7. 7.
So, okay.
7,
okay.
11. So
There you go. Yeah, you get the
Still got it.
sense. You get the weird sense that Vester's like not being completely honest with you, but you're not sure why they're trying to distract you.
Because you know me so well.
yeah, but
But you,
I got hand now.
you,
I put the hand in my bag.
and I think
My
like
best is what I'm doing.
you chunk off the hand and it falls into your bag, and then like the wrist like starts to bleed a little bit, and there's a couple drops, and then the crystal crystallizes over the nub.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna get that?
You need to get your nails turned.
Yeah, crystal hand.
You do that.
I'll put that in my inventory.
Okay, yeah, add a crystallized hand here.
It's like the
They're not
Crystal
right,
Dragon's
Waka.
Claw from Skyrim.
You don't know
Yeah.
this. You don't know anything.
Oh man. I wish Skyrim was multiplayer so we could all play together. 'cause that'd be
I
so
hope they do
good.
something cool with the next one.
Right? You know?
Coming soon, not till
The
2019.
Eldest Scrolls.
The eldest. Skyrim Eldest Scrolls. You have to play like a lethargic old man.
All right.
We're just eldier, so you don't get
If you thought it was hard enough to just run when you had too much equipment, think of an older man, and then
You pick up like one wheel of cheese and it's like, I'm encumbered. Alright, so back to it.
And then we set the statue like in front of the other 3, I guess.
Okay, yeah, out back.
Yeah.
And around this time, once like everybody goes in and is like setting up shop and going to bed, and you're like looking at all the guys, and you look over at the crystal statue, and it's where a hand once was is now a nub. Is it a left hand or right hand?
Can I try to remember
hand.
what sword hand he was using? Because I would use non-dominant hand.
Okay, well that's really kind of you in retrospect. Sure, give me a history check. Give me a history check.
What the fuck?
Okay, that
pretty
is
nice.
20.
Faka.
Wait, yeah, that is 22.
Okay, or
Or
because you're exhausted.
9.
You cut off his dominant hand by accident.
Okay,
You
yeah.
remember the
Damn.
wrong one. You're like, pretty sure he was fighting with his left, so you cut off his right, and you
Okay.
cut off his dominant.
Okay.
So you have his right
bitch.
hand. You notice that the right hand is missing, and the nub has been crystallized over.
What's that? What is that? He had a hand before, right?
One of the people next to you groans unconsciously.
Damn.
You just
Out of his mercy he goes.
Huh. That's weird.
And I think with that, like everybody kind of like goes to sleep for the night. So we'll say you all go to bed by. Go ahead and take your health back all the way up. You have all your spells back.
All the way up.
Who sleeps under the cloak of warm comfort?
Bitch me this time, I will.
I would say cloak.
So you
Can I borrow it, please? Because I've been fucked up.
You can just come into our room.
Yeah,
I'm sure Funkin' and I are like super
Aw.
timing.
Do you want to build a campaign?
All right. Well, first of all, whoever sleeps underneath it, roll that d6 to add to your temporary HP. But make sure you don't erase your max HP yet.
Oh yeah.
And then Max and Funkin',
nice
Max and
one.
Funkin'. I just did so well.
5.
Total of 24, honey.
Okay. Wait.
Constitution.
Oh, nice. You're up to 20. Yeah, make your Constitution saving throw. It's DC 12.
Where are my dice go?
No advantage or disadvantage.
Damn.
20.
Nice.
20.
Oh, that is...
More than 12.
Yeah, more than 12.
Nice. All right, you both have a good night's sleep this time.
Yay.
Unfortunately.
Oh, thank God.
Nobody suffers from the curse.
Fucking deal with you.
So you all wake up the next morning. Vestra and Funkin' and Waka in particular, you're feeling nice and refreshed.
I'm sleeping across the three guys so that if they stir, I can just.
Okay, yeah, I like that. I think you keep them unconscious throughout the night. 15. Yeah, you awake to see another a feminine figure out the window, but this time they stay for a second, and you make a little bit of eye contact, and they nervously look away and go out the window.
Would either of us notice that at this point?
Yeah, give me perception checks. She's been around for long enough. Go ahead and give me a history here, Funkin', to see if you have any recollection of these minds.
That is a 9, so I don't notice nothing.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, these are very familiar eyes. The eyes of Lisa, the helpless half-elf woman that you saved when she was being chased by those drug-addled maniacs in the alleyway.
No?
It seems that now, with your history check, you're starting to put everything together. Lisa seems to be following you and seems to have also sent you a note in chocolate.
Oh, okay.
But it seems too awkward to actually come speak to you. So I think it all comes together for you this morning. You're like, Lisa's that girl we saved. Oh, she probably sent me the oh no! It's a.
Oh.
Well, how does Funkin' feel about this? Having a little secret admirer.
Say it in Funkin's words, please. Please, I want to hear it, please.
Well, I don't take tips because I'm a cleric and not a server. I was doing my job.
No.
Why would she send me chocolate?
Oh, so it's just above your head. You're not getting it.
It's above my head.
I like it.
She wants you to have a good night's sleep, baby. I love doggo. Come here, lick my knee.
So everybody meets downstairs with a newly a new old edition. Althea's back. You all grab your little circular corner over there.
Oh, look at that! I point to Althea's owl. Hey, where'd that guy come from?
Yeah, my dear.
Oh,
Did you get a good night's
they're
sleep?
back. Well, how are y'all?
I'm alright.
We're solving crimes now.
Yesterday was quite rough. I'm doing better now. But
Yeah.
more importantly,
Yeah,
how's
you
your
got a new friend
migraine?
there.
Oh,
And
yes.
how's your new owl friend? Please?
I do. This is Sasha.
Sasha. Well, hello. And you see Vestrin reach out and tentatively sort of wave in its direction. Shite!
Yellows a bit.
Right, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's not really accustomed to strangers.
Well, mother
See, I only bring her out when I'm alone.
Right, well, she's beautiful. Congratulations on your owl friend.
I think it just kind of strokes the owls.
Yeah, and old Johnny comes up and he's like, "Good morning, everyone." Oh no. He's like, Althea, you can't be having live animals in here. What if it shakes on something or something like that?
Well, my dear.
What?
It's got a bag on its bottom.
I mean, you
A what? A bottom bag?
The owl is wearing a fat diaper.
Do I know if this is like a fake creature or just like...
Roll an Arcana check.
Roll it.
Oh, that is 11 total.
Yeah, you totally know this is like a summoned creature.
Yeah. You know, you can just like make him go away, right? Make her go away, right?
Don't do
I
it.
could.
It's so fucking cool
Why
looking.
I want to.
Look
Listen,
at her.
I just can't be having live animals that aren't aware and conscious of their own existence
Thank
in the
you
bar.
for your
Sasha like looks at you angrily and kind of like shakes her head.
I'm both live and dead.
No, look, you can like poof,
No.
and then make Sasha come back later when we're not.
And then Sasha turns to Waka and looks angrily and shakes her.
My dear, you know what? I'll
What?
take another serving of cod.
Listen, I'll get you all whatever you want. Just, we can't
Morning,
have that.
everybody.
Morning,
Max!
Hey.
My bright and shiny boy.
Good morning to you.
Oh. Hi there.
Look at that fucking owl.
That's Sasha.
Sasha's been here.
Sasha.
Oh, yes, my owl Sasha.
Hi. Okay. There's Val now. That's cool. When do you guys want to take these guys to the... Are we all going together, or should I just take them to the city
Oh
lodge
yeah,
myself?
we should probably take these guys.
And did anybody see a hand? Like, fall
No, I haven't.
loose?
Is it missing a hand?
It
Yeah.
is a body count.
That's
Well, no,
fucking
it just,
bad.
I mean, the hand, there's no hand where the hand used to be on the... I wonder if... Do statues rot? Is that a thing?
I don't think so, my dear. Unless
Did we
it
like
fucking
unload
shits
it
on
correctly? Did we like?
Oh god, I hope we didn't.
Alright, give me a deception. Give me a deception. And you get advantage because, like, Veteran's helping you lie.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't even intend to. But
All
did it
right.
now.
That is.
Well, you two are both in on it. So if you're not being honest, obviously.
8 plus.
Oh, you're already... I rolled a 7.
I'll help
Okay.
you out, yeah.
Oh,
that's
it must have gotten knocked off when you were loading it.
Oh,
Hey, that's a total whopping of 7.
Oh,
Yep.
that-
7.
But
It's still good.
I hate
It's
myself.
gonna be very sad. Anyway, are we all...
He did a crime and he's doing the time.
Should we get breakfast real quick? I think they're out good and out for a little bit.
Yeah,
What's
that-
the manual talking
The
about?
food comes out.
Yeah.
Oh, I accidentally turned a guy to crystal with a sword.
Yeah.
What?
Right.
Apparently it petrifies things if you hit them just a certain way.
Right.
Which sword?
Yeah.
His
This
sword
sword.
with the
That
blue.
sword.
Yeah.
My
I'll
sword?
I'm going to call
My dear,
Interesting.
have you not been watching? He's
Can
got
I
a
figure
sword
out-
with
do
a
it,
fat
like an
blue
arcana
crystal.
check or like a whatever on the sword?
Yeah.
See like what it is.
Yeah, sure. This is the sword. You remember this is
Yeah,
the
it's
sword
the one
from
we got in
the
the salt
Saltport quest.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, he already
52.
did identify on it. We know it's a sword of petrification.
Oh, okay. Now.
Yeah. So that's your. It was a while ago, but Althea obviously, like I said, it has very high intelligence.
Wasn't her.
Oh, I
shouldn't
remember now. Yes.
it? So yeah, it did the thing. I didn't mean to do the thing, but it did the thing.
If you ever want to like.
Have you tried selling him?
I put.
He's a person.
Max
Yes.
has a thing.
You can't sell a person.
Now, semantically,
Let alone.
But he's a person.
Althea, semantically, it's not slavery, but it's still wrong.
him and call him Beth. Because then we can
We
call
should
him
get him to
Crystal
somebody who.
Beth.
I'm getting him to somebody who can.
Can everyone stop and appreciate the shite that he just said just
I
now?
heard it. It's just another. Fun.
I'm gonna go take another shite.
And there's also you also remember that Funkin did have that ring in that note that he found at the scene of the crime.
Oh yeah. We might as well also like when we take these guys to the stores, including the statue.
Yes.
We might as well get the letter and bring
Yeah,
it
we'll have to
checked
talk
out.
to the diplomacy corps, see if they maybe want us to follow up on that.
Can we look at the? Can I look at the ring and see if I can? recognize-
Yeah, go and roll a history check to see if you're familiar with this face.
That is.
I'm going to assist you.
No, that is a 21 total, but you can roll. Okay. How are you assisting me?
Because I also am knowledgeable in history.
Oh.
Yeah, and Max, he is like
Yeah, we're
I'll
just
knitting.
talk through it with you.
That would be from.
That was not
I was not much help at all in this situation.
You helped him with the first roll.
Yeah, I got a 21 total.
Okay, yeah, you recognize this. So again, it's a dragon hatching from an egg, and this is the noble symbol of Leopold Kingsley, a dragonborn noble. Leopold Kingsley.
Kingsley.
Not Ben Kingsley.
Dragon.
Leopold.
Born. No. There we go.
Written down.
Yeah, you know that he like deals with like art. He's like an art trader. And, like he collects art and auctions it off. He does a lot of donating to like Saltport, and I don't know. Maybe there's like a statue or a building named after him or something like that. Yeah, he's not super prominent, but he's known for being like a pretty generous guy.
Oh, okay. And then, like I say in very hushed tones, because I have no idea. I only trust the people at the table right now.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this crest belongs to Leopold. He's the Dragonborn guy who donating art in the area.
I like art.
So,
Wait. What did the message say again?
what was the message?
The message said, hold on, I'm going to look it up.
That's a weird message.
Here it is.
Right.
The shipment is going out tonight to Tabani and Cinderfell. Don't be stupid.
Yeah. Remember my 15% this time.
Remember the 15%.
Not have this.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Sounds like he's into
he's
bad stuff.
Yeah.
Well, we should
Well,
definitely
now,
get in on this.
was it last night that the shipment was supposed to go out?
Well, apparently they were loading up a wagon.
How long is the distance between here and Cinderville?
About a day.
Enough.
A little
Alright.
more than a day.
So, the shipment was supposed to arrive tonight.
Well, it's not
Investment
gonna come.
returns from the
Yeah.
bathroom with, what did I miss?
That might tip somebody there off.
Yeah.
I'm tipping people
No,
off.
when we turn these guys in, let's turn these guys in.
Yeah, let's go do that.
Might be a good idea, yes.
Oh, we can like interrogate them if we.
I'm good at that.
Yeah, find out a little bit more. You guys
People-
down for a little interrogating?
People answer my questions and they don't want cat fur on them, so we might as well.
I mean, we were hired to do a specific job.
Right.
We did that job. If they want us to look further into it, then
Very
maybe
true.
we
Very
should
true. Very
go on.
Very good.
But I don't want to step on their toes if it's something they would rather do themselves. Just saying.
Yeah.
We have a
you're
pretty good
absolutely
reputation with the diplomacy corps. I hate for them to get out of this.
let's bring these boys in.
Okay.
Cool. So you want to bring the cart with all the drugs and the three guys?
Yes.
Are you bringing the statue too, or we're
Yeah.
just okay?
We are bringing the staff to.
Back to the diplomacy corps?
Yes.
Okay.
I got what I want.
It's cold.
You make your way down
Prince
again.
Jen's
You know the
hand,
main
water.
down the main thoroughfare over to the diplomacy corps tent, where you actually see Colette. Colette is back in action, and you come up with this huge cart with mountains of crates and 3 unconscious men and a large glowing human-sized crystal statue.
Hey there.
Quests, easy money.
Right.
Colette,
Hello.
Oh, hello, my friends. How
So,
are you?
We did
you
that
got a bunch of junk.
Oh, fantastic! You've solved the issue, the disturbance in the warehouse.
Well, yes.
It's
Just
no,
these
well,
guys.
It's solved a part of it, but it seems there's a little bit of a conspiracy going on.
Oh,
Right.
It might be a little bit bigger than just what we
a
thought it
little
was.
bigger than we suspected. Well, that means a little more money in your pockets.
Oh,
now,
that's
doesn't it?
actually great.
Yeah.
So these
Yeah.
guys there were a few more that, we couldn't really knock them out with ranged weapons, so we killed a couple people. But these guys
Were
just
they
knocked them
bad
out.
people?
Yeah.
Well,
They
that's
were.
just fun.
Okay. But then we also turned this guy into a statue But there's drugs. It's drugs. It's
You
the
turn
ink.
this man.
Quite a lot of
I'm
drugs.
sorry.
I didn't
You
mean to.
turn this man
He's
into
been.
a statue.
Yeah.
You can fix
This
them.
is a man.
Well,
Well, I hit him with
well,
this
it wasn't
thing,
on purpose,
and
was it?
This is a full-on man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you can fix him or.
Oh dear. Yeah, I suppose. Since this quest was in the name of the Diplomacy Corps, we could take responsibility and try to solve this issue.
That would be great. I feel really bad about it.
Yeah, we would not expect you to fix this at your own expense.
If you find a crystal hand laying around, try to like.
Yeah, I think it got
attach
knocked off during shipping.
Oh dear.
I feel really bad about
Yeah,
that.
and they like turn it, and you see that it's got like a nub on its right side on the hand.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
It's not even a whole man.
Oh man. Okay, so I will take. Who? Do we know?
Oh, I don't know when they.
Yeah,
they
he
didn't
was a
talk
bad
much.
guy too, so he kind of deserved it. But like, he
Funkin
doesn't-
suggested that we call him Beth.
They're all
because
drug
Crystal
smugglers.
Yeah,
Beth.
they're drug smugglers.
Okay.
He doesn't deserve this. So like maybe
So
jail.
I'll take Beth, and I will take him to my supervisors.
I'm
who will
sorry
try to
for
figure
being
out-
stopped
In
there.
the meantime, why don't you all report to Harden with the information that you've gathered?
Sounds great.
You know, certainly.
Heretofore.
Yes.
Thanks.
Yes.
Should we just leave this here, or
Yes.
thanks?
Wait, who are we reporting to?
The other guy who gave us the
Harden
question.
Fieselcraig.
And you see, like, you turn around, you see him in the middle of the square here, and he's like leaning against the well, and he's like cutting his nails with a dagger, and the like little nail chunks are like falling down into the well.
Ew, what the fuck?
And you look over, he's like he's like bald, he's got a big scar across his face, and he just
hello.
looks like a big old guy.
Hey, big man.
Hello.
Welcome back, everybody. How's
Right.
your quest go?
Fucking horrible. But we managed to. Well, we did it, but also I almost died
Look,
again.
if it went fucking horrible, you'd all be dead right now.
That's
You almost
fair.
died a lot, in fairness.
Right, I am squishy and sorry.
And he looks specifically at Max, and he's
Silly
like,
puppy.
so what
Grass.
happened?
Well, we found that there were these guys apparently smuggling drugs, and we brought a few of them back for you guys to question if you need to. But yeah, there was a drug smuggling operation going on in there, and we kind of killed some of them and knocked out some others. So that part should be at least temporarily done. But we did find some indications that they were headed to Cinderville, and there was
show him the
thing.
Show him
yeah.
the thing.
Hi, here's the thing.
And he tries to take it, but you're like waving it at him, so he like keeps trying to grab it. He's like and then eventually he takes it. Like it gets all crumpled, and he takes it from you, and he like looks at you, and he pockets his dagger, and he uncrumples it, and he's like, and as he's reading it over, he's like, so looks like they were smuggling ink. I was wondering how it was getting into town, but we already know it's going to Tavani and Cinderville, so. This isn't really helping us out.
Well, the signet ring, though, you know. Did you see that?
What ring?
The signet.
Yeah,
Ring.
the ring was with the letter.
It was sealed with the.
Why
it's
is
from-
that the ring?
Give me the fucking ring.
What did it?
Yeah, you're waving your hand again. Yeah, he finally gets it from you. There's a moment where everyone thinks it might fall into the well, but he catches it, and he like moves away from the well a little bit, and he looks it over, and he's like, "Any idea who this is from?"
Yeah, it's
Someone who really likes baby dragons.
Yeah,
Baby dragons?
You know that art dealer, Leopold Kingsley?
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Leopold.
Yes, that's his.
Leopold.
This is his symbol.
I think that's what
Fuck's
his name
sake,
is.
his name's Leopold.
All right, well.
I'd kill myself too.
Let me lay down what I'd like to do from here. I was planning on giving you all
Say that it's down.
100 gold morts just for shutting all these assholes down, but if you found a noble's signet ring at the scene of the crime, then he could be involved, obviously. We'll go ahead and question these assholes and deal with all the drugs you brought us.
There's more in the warehouse.
Yeah, there's like all kinds of boxes.
And then whatever the hell that is. And he points at the crystal statue. We'll deal with that.
Why would he break the law, though? Shouldn't he leave above the law?
buddy.
And he like kneels down and looks at you face to face, and he's like, "Listen,
Yeah, I followed the law.
Sometimes, to make more money, people break the law.
Well, that's his name, Leopold.
Oh boy.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
He stands back up and he rolls his
fuck's
eyes.
sake! Never
And
mind.
he's like,
You all got your hands full with that one.
and he tosses the ring up in the air and catches it and hands it back to Max, and he says,
Listen, I'll double the gold merits. Give you 200. If you can get to the bottom of this. It might even be more, I don't know. Leopold lives on the north side of town. He's got a big old estate. He's up near the vineyards. Go check it out. See if you can ask some people around here. Figure something out. Try to talk to him. Or, I don't give a shit. Break into his estate. Figure out how he's involved. If he's involved. And then we can talk.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
Do you know if he likes tea?
I don't know if he likes tea.
We could have a tea party with him.
You know what?
That'll break the
As
ice.
long as you gather intel, I don't give a fuck how you talk to this guy. Just figure something out and get back to me, yeah?
Yeah.
That's what we're
That sounds
paying
like a
for.
plan.
Everybody, we're on board with this?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
I suppose.
Whatever. As long as this all gets sorted out.
No, I don't know anything about this guy, but he's a local, so go to his house, ask around, do whatever you gotta do. Just figure it out. You're adventurers, get your shit together.
Easy enough, but tell me about these baby dragons.
There are no baby.
That's his
It's the
seal.
ring. It's a
His
symbol.
crest, his
It's
family
just on
crest.
his thing.
I got excited for that.
It's probably because he's a dragonborn.
I do that every day.
Like, I don't have the time to explain
He's a
the
dragon.
semantics of this. I'm gonna go beat these guys up until they talk.
Yeah!
and he pulls out his dagger and cracks his knuckles.
Oh.
and he goes,
Hard knowledge doing hard work.
yeah.
Walker looks at Max and says,
oh.
"That's how the law is taken care of."
Okay.
And
I love how
he
much Walker respects the law of our land.
and he like turns back and
Oh,
there's that
same thing.
there's that like anime moment where like the screen freezes as the person looks back at you, and he like looks back at you guys and he's like,
Burn, 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 burn,
Just let me know
burn,
if you find
burn,
anything
burn.
else, alright?
Sure.
You got it.
I
And he
love
walks
Cowboy
up.
Bebop, y'all.
and he like pulls he himself like as a huge man like 6'2", just like pulls the cart around the back of their tent. And you see him cracking his knuckles and his neck, and you all are kind of left sitting in this very busy square.
Should we head back to the bar? Or?
Yeah, we can do like some preliminary reach around.
Honestly,
I figured we could go back and make a plan. Maybe not in public.
We can look at the place and be like, hey, that's a big mansion. See if there's any entrances, or we can do a walkabout. You know.
Walking back.
For fuck's sake, Walker. Right, well,
So we want to go scout right
pun
now?
yes intended.
We
Right,
can wait till night.
In the morning?
In the morning, in the night, whatever.
Yeah. Let's
Honestly.
wait till the night falls. I assume the state's
At least, yes.
a little off the ways.
Yeah.
Whatever you like. I'm fairly familiar with higher end estates, so I should be able to figure out. Because honestly, I believe the blueprint around here is probably the same as anywhere else.
What's a blueprint?
Never mind. Right. We'll just scout whenever.
Walker turns
Oh,
off
God.
there and she's like, how long did it take you to summon Sharon?
Sasha.
Sasha.
And Sasha looks at Waka Waka again. 'cause
Fucking
Sasha's
Sharon, are you alright?
angry.
Yeah.
She's like,
There was an SH in there.
Whatever.
And
Sharon!
Shaman. Shaman?
feathers
Sharon!
fluffed up on her neck. Angrily.
I bit that off a
This is the right
bat.
time to ask you the questions I wanted to ask. So I'll just wait on it.
How long did it take for what?
So just how long did you? Because you summoned Sasha.
I did.
I almost called Sharon
Now
again.
you know my ordeal with Pumpkin and Walker.
But Sharon came out of nowhere.
Yeah, you're right. So you you all make it back, and you have a couple options, right? Like if you want to do some intrigue and some conversations and learn more about him, you can go around town. If you want to wait and try to or if you want to just go to his estate and try to see him. There's a lot of options.
What do you guys think? Should we just like talk to the guy, or do we want to try to sneak in? Like,
I think we should talk to him.
At the very least, we should.
I mean, we know he's probably a criminal, so if we do talk to him, there's a good chance that we could be fighting our way out of there.
Yeah.
Perhaps some of us should talk to him, and the others should.
I mean, last time I
survey
tried
the
to talk
area.
to some guys, I wound up knocking 3 of them out.
Yeah.
Right.
We can find. See if anybody knows the layout of the house. Maybe like some maids or something like that.
We're delivery drivers.
No.
And we sneak in.
We can always we can
Flashbacks to all of us wearing like black masks and fucking mustaches.
Oh yeah, when they snuck in, Funkin headbutt everybody, black hats and mustaches to wear. It was awesome.
Oh, shite.
This time I brought us
Oh,
bow ties.
we were wearing those when we got back the catfish.
All of us like
I'm
gently.
sure you took them all.
I
Right.
kept mine, because you never know when you might need it.
Yeah, we've all kept ours. It's probably we just need to make sure they stick next time. Right. What if you all talk to what's his good old name, and I will
Kingsley.
survey the area.
We can find out as much information as we can about the estate. Find out as much as we can about Mr. Leopold, and we can always give the diplomacy corps a chance to talk to the bad boys that we turned in.
Well, so what if we just break for a few hours and then go check with them and see if they got any information, and then head to the place? Does that sound like a plan? Or?
That sounds about good to me.
Yeah. All right. Everyone break. We'll meet up at the estate. Actually, first, Johnny.
Johnny!
What can I do for all of you?
Do you know where Mr. Leopold Kingsley stays?
Right.
Oh yeah, I actually know exactly where his building is. I rolled really well for that. Yeah, no, if you go out of the building here, and you go around a little bit down towards, the main courtyard, but you hang a right and you start to go a little north up towards the vineyards. There's kind of like that cul-de-sac, with all the large, I don't want to call them mansions, but they're large houses. One of those houses has a large gate out in front of it. Big, thick, green gate. Made of iron. I think it's been oxidizing for a while. But there's always 2 guards stationed out front at all times.
I think you mean copper, but go on.
Maybe so. I serve alcohol. I'm not a magician. Anyways, it's got big gates out front. It's got 2 guards out front at all times. And there's a giant dragon statue up on top of it. And it looks like this.
That's very hard to miss.
I love the tongue and everything.
Yeah, it's got its tongue sticking out all directions, and it's got its hand, or I guess, I don't know, its arms in the air. It's an interesting house, but it's got a big dragon on top. It's hard to miss it.
Surely a tongue can only point in one direction.
Oh no, it's flipping left and right. I'm pretty sure it ties itself in
it's
a
like
knot.
a GIF image in a statue.
That was very informative. Thank you,
Fuck off.
Johnny.
Certainly. Why are you asking about Mr. Kingsley?
Oh, no big reason.
Oh, you thinking about buying some of his art?
Yeah.
Sure, yes, I love
that's
art.
it.
I think he's a drug dealer.
Or that.
A drug dealer of art because it's so trippy. It's so trippy.
Wait a minute. Wait a
Art
minute.
is my
fuck
drug
off.
of choice, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the
Shite.
art is the drug? Oh, I
Yes,
like
of
it.
course.
Oh,
It's
very
very
creative.
like 50s.
I heard he's getting into this new style,
Wait.
this melty
Are
cloud.
we
I
thinking
hate
some
all of us.
sneaking the drugs in the art now? Is that
No.
No, there are no drugs except
Wait.
You're right. He's sneaking the drugs in the art.
Bye, Johnny, and then
All right, you all are always getting up to the craziest things. So.
Fuck.
I'm confused, guys.
No, Max, say nothing at all.
Oh, poor Max and Funkin.
Funking it up in the Maximilian way. I hate myself. Why did I even try?